The Jack Files. Dr. Jekyll, Orthodontist. Chapter 1. My name is Zack. I'm a pretty normal kid, but weird things happen to me all the time. If weird thing has a chance of happening to me or to somebody else, it always picks me. I don't know why. Like one time a ghost named Wanda trashed our apartment. Other time I got an electric shock in science class, and for a while I could read everybody's mind. Also, about the best way to get the parallel universe next to ours through the magnet cabinet in my bedroom. Well, you get the idea. Anyway, you might not think I'm going to an orthodontist would lead to a weird and scary adventure, but you're being wrong. The time I want to tell you about started about normal enough. I went to the orthodontist because I had a baby pulled. I wasn't too thrilled about that, but my dad said we'll go for a chocolate milkshake afterward. So that was something. My mom and dad are divorced, by the way. I spend a half of time with each of them. My dad is a writer and he works at home. So he's the one who takes me to stuff like orthodontics and milkshakes. Dad and I were sitting and watching the room. My old orthodontist, Dr. Silver, had retired. Now there was a new guy named Dr. Sheldon Jekyll. I know because he sent me a card with a smiley face on it. It was the first smiley face I seen with teeth in it. Very straight teeth. When I first had Dr. Jekyll's name, I got a little spooked. There was a really scary book called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's by Stephen Lewis Robinson. Or maybe it's Robert Louis Stevenson. Anyway, it's somebody like that. Maybe you read it. It's about a nice doctor who turned into a monster named Edward Hyde. It happens every time he drinks some kind of potion. I joked with my dad about it. He said it was make-up story, and things that doesn't happen in real life. He always says stuff like that, but I know better. While Dad and I were sitting at the waiting room, I noticed this much older girl. She was about 13. I'm 10. She smiled at me. Boy, were her teeth straight. They remind me of Dr. Jekyll's smiley face card. I guess going to an orthodontist was really working for her. Just then a nurse told me to go in. Do you want me to go with you? Asked my dad. Oh no, I said. Why? Well, in case you were scared about having your tooth out. Or maybe you haven't met Dr. Jekyll before. Oh, I said. I did sort of want Dad to come with me. But I didn't want to look like a big baby in front of the girl. I think I like to go alone, Dad, I said. Okay, said Dad. He gave me a squeeze. I went to meet Dr. Jekyll. Well, Dr. Jekyll wasn't all scary looking. He had black hair combed in a straight back. He seemed really jolly, and he had a big smile. I mean, his walking wall-to-wall teeth. Hello, he said. Glad to meet you, Jack. Glad to meet you. I'm sure we'll get along just fine. And I promise not to pull your long tooth. Haha, that was a real joke. I smiled weakly. Then we shook hands. His hand was sweaty. He seemed a little fidgety. Well, I was real fidgety myself, but I was only having the poop pulled. I don't know his excuse was. Well, sit down, Jack, sit down, said Dr. Jekyll. He rubbed his hands together, like he was eager to get work. Right in that chair here, that's right. Then look at the tooth now. Open wide, open wider. Ah, yes, I see the little devil. Haha. We can have you making Jack's grown-up tooth growing cup now, can we? We are going to have you yank out their little devil army, huh? Okay, calling my tooth a little devil was tiny bit weird. Talking to a tooth was weird. I admit that, but otherwise I thought he seemed pretty normal. Jack, said Dr. Jekyll, rubbed his hand some more. I'm going to give you nitrous oxide. Do you know what I was laughing at? I said. Exactly, he said. Have you ever had nitrous oxide before? No, sir, I said. Well, I think you'll like it, he said. She planted a mouth over my nose. A long tube connected into the tank of gas on the floor. He turned it on. I hear a hissing sound. At first I didn't feel anything. Then I began to get dizzy. Then my head seemed to get very light, just like a helium balloon. I felt it. I can hold to it. My head was float right up to the ceiling. I could see it. My head was a helium balloon floating on the ceiling. Suddenly, that seemed the funny things I ever thought of, and I started to giggle. Dr. Jekyll giggled too. I laughed humorously. So did Dr. Jekyll. Then he took a pair of pliers and pulled my tooth. I thought that was funny too. Dr. Jekyll must have thought it was even funnier than I had. He was laughing toward his face got red, and it got purple. Then his eyes sort of looked out and got weird, wild looking. I thought he might be having a heart attack. So for some reason, I thought that was funny too. He started to straggling around the office. He looked like one of the three dudes. I was laughing so hard I was choking. Then, and I'm not sure about this, it seemed his hair would grow longer and his teeth were growing too, long and crooked, like fangs. I was laughing so hard I was gasping. Dr. Jekyll wasn't laughing anymore. He was growling. Oh no, he shouted. It's happening again. I can't believe it. I can't stop it. Ah. Chapter 2. Dr. Jekyll kept dragging all over the office. His hair was wild and crazy looking. He started toward me, the fingers still on his hand. He looked like he was ready to pull another teeth. Oh no! Help! I shouted. Get me out of here! But I was still laughing. It was the weird feeling I ever had. Being scared to death and being be able to stop laughing. Dr. Jekyll came even closer. I couldn't move my arms or legs. I felt like I was stabbed into the chair. On the sudden, Dr. Jekyll lurched to a stop. "What am I doing?" I cried. "I must stop this." He grabbed a bottle off the shelf, the tore of the top. He gulped it down. A second later, Dr. Jekyll stopped growling. He stopped staggering around. His hair lay down back on his head. His teeth grew back to his mouth. His face went from purple to red, then red to pink. He cleared his throat. He patted his hair. He looked nervously at me and smiled. "Nice straight teeth again." He took this gas mask on my face. "Well now," he said, "how do you feel?" I can only speak for myself," I said. How do you feel?" "Okay, I guess," I said. I was telling a huge fib. I didn't really feel okay at all. I just said that in case Dr. Jekyll was getting ready to berserk on me again. I'm pretty sure you're shaken up. If you want to know the truth, my old orthodontist, Dr. Silver, hardly even went berserk on me. Dr. Jekyll was putting a wad of cotton in my mouth. Then he put the pull to that tiny blue plastic box that was supposed to look like a treasure chest. "The real devil is right here now, where he belongs," said Dr. Jekyll. He handed me the little plastic treasure chest. The laughing hours worn off my now. I started to wonder. Had I really seen that I was saw, or it was a kind of crazy dream. Maybe it was something the laughing gas did to me, but it had seemed so real. Dr. Jekyll handed me a little paper cup. "What's this?" I asked. It's just mouthwash," she said. "Miracle mouthwash. It's truly yummy. I bet it. Try it." I tried it. It did taste pretty good. Sort of like gobble gum and a little bit like burst peanut butter and chocolate. I swallowed some around in my mouth. I spit down in the spit bowl. "Don't spit!" shouted Dr. Jekyll. "Don't spit!" "Uh-oh," I thought. "Here we go again." Then, in much a calmer voice, he said, "This is a special mouthwash, Jack. It's a right to drink it." "Really?" I said. I took another cup and swallowed it down. No dentist had ever told me I can drink a mouthwash before. "Well, Jack, I'm not like other dentists," he said. "Boy, you can't say that again," I thought. Chapter 3. I wait till we're out of the office and the coffee shop before I told them what happened. I look around, make sure nobody hear me. "Dad, what would you say if I told you that I was in Dr. Jekyll's office?" He turned into a monster. Dad chuckled. "I said you had great imagination," he said. Dad was having a chocolate milkshake too. Part of it was upper lip like a mustache. Yeah, but that was really happened, I said, I think. What are you talking about? A man and woman sat in a booth behind me. I leaned in close to Dad and whispered. Dad, I said, right after Dr. Jekyll pulled my tooth, I started changing. His face turned purple, his hair grew wild, his teeth grew long and crooked. Then he started growling. He and said something about how it was happening again and how we can stop him. Dad looked at me. I've seen of putting him on. I wasn't. And that's what? He asked. And then he drank some stuff up the bottle and he calmed down again. I said. Dad was looking at me strangely. He wiped some of this milkshake. She tastes really good, even better than Dr. Jekyll's mouthwash. And it happened when? Dad asked. Well, let's see. I gave a laughing gasp and I went to fur. Dad was nodding and smiling. He seemed revolted. He wiped his mouth with a napkin. No more mustache. You have never had nitrous oxide before, have you? He said. No, but I think it was just dust, he said. First time at all. Well, it was certainly possible. Maybe you're right, I said. Adopt you never experience anything like that again, he said. As long as you live. Dad has no idea how wrong it was. Chapter 4. When I woke up next morning, my mouth hurt when my foot was pulled. I went into the bathroom. I went to lift way down and peeled to my mirror. The hole looked fine, but the teeth next to it looked funny. I thought it looked more crooked. How can it be? Possibly it was an imagination. I didn't think about that until a few days later. I'm watching TV and laughing perfectly hard. Dad looked at me strangely. What is it? Have you seen him wearing a retainer at night? He asked. Sure, I said. Even when your mom's apartment? Of course, I said. Why? It just seemed to be your teeth were looking a little crooked, he said. Like possibly it was just my imagination. No, Dad, I said. I think that's more crooked too. My teeth felt more crooked. The too big front of one most of all. The few days later, I was back to Dr. Jacob's office, my follow-up visit. I was going to ask him about my teeth. That led me to the waiting room. He had something to do. He said he's the back in half an hour. The singer I saw before was there. She was on her way out. She smiled at me again. Funny, her teeth looked more crooked than they did the last time. What was going on here? The nurse went down to the hall to Dr. Jekyll's office and helped me with the present. I was all alone in the waiting room. I noticed the nurse had left a file cabinet open. I had all the kids' files in it. I know that in my field there was a photo of me. It was taken before I get my retainer. My teeth was real crooked then. I was scared that we're getting that way again. I know the fields are private, but I really wanted to see the photo of me. Before I could stop myself, I walked on over to a cabinet. I started to look through the folders. I couldn't find mine, but I could find something else. It was a file marked Dr. Jekyll, Prenuptial. I know what I did next was wrong, but I peeked inside. There was a big envelope. Inside was a diary. I read of the page. Day 13. The experiments continued to go well, but they must remain secret now. For now, no one has ever done this before. Secret experiments. Yes, Dr. Jekyll was up to no good. Just then, I heard footsteps. Was the nurse coming back? I panicked. I closed the drawer and went to sleep the diary onto my book bag. Then I remembered the nurse had on the tab open. I raised the bag and opened it again. The nurse come back in waiting room. She looked at me. What are you doing in my file cabinet? She asked.